Hello everybody, welcome back to our Fallout 3 playthrough. I'm your host Valenfor, and you find us where we left off in the last episode. I'd come down here into the bow of Rivet City to find somebody who could tell me more about the history. Now I've found the guy, but unfortunately I've got here too early. Basically, he's not going to give me any information until I've at least discovered a bit about the history. So in order to do that, and did I disarm this thing? Oh, I couldn't disarm it. I don't want to set that off because it will go bang, which would not be cool. But we should now be able to get out of here and back to somewhere that makes sense. Yeah, I've been through here. I take it you're on... Oh no, he's not on the other side of this door. Okay, so what we will do... We come in via the bow. As silly as it seems, we will fast travel to actual Rivet City because that will put us in front of where we need to be, like that. I'm going to head down to the science lab. That's where I want to be. And we'll get cracking here. So, science lab. I've got to remind myself of where that is now.
Evening.
St. Monica's Church common room. And there's some vendors down here as well that sell some nice stuff, but that's the Weatherly Hotel. I think it might be on the opposite side, maybe? Or is that not where we went out to? I think actually it might be this way. Let's try through this door here. No. St. Monica's home. Just a door.
Hello.
Capital Preservation Centre Science Lab. Here we go. Now, there's three things we're going to do here. One, we're going to speak to someone about our dad. Two, we're going to get a little bit of history that we can then go and find that guy at the bow again and get the rest of that. Three, there should actually be somewhere down here a bobblehead, if memory serves correctly. I've just got to remember where it is. And hopefully we can get around this bit without just being spoken to. There's the bobblehead. Oh, intelligence. Okay, nice.
I'm sure the good doctors work with water purification.
Right. There's also something else down here that we want to do.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here?
You know my father. Have you seen him?
Well, yes, of course I do. Don't you know who I am? I suppose James never told you. Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your father many years ago. Your mother as well, in fact. You'll have to forgive me. This has all been very stressful. What with your father suddenly showing up here after being gone for so long. You have to understand that we put all of that behind us. Project Purity, our work, all of it. We've moved on, even if your father hasn't.
I'm trying to find my father. Have you seen him?
You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there.
This isn't about me. This is about my father. Now, where is he?
Your father is no longer here, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't use that tone with me.
I'm not using any tone with you, love. Yeah, then stop wasting my time and tell me where he is.
Well, I don't know where he is. The last I knew, he was going back to the old lab. Now, will you kindly leave? I have work to do.
Pee off. And tell me where this lab is so I can get going.
I'm going to tell you the same thing I told your father. Don't go.
I need to find him.
Whatever's left there, it isn't worth it anymore. The project was abandoned. We gave up. There's no reason to go back.
I don't need a lecture. I just need to know where to go. If my father is there, I need to go after him.
It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here, along the river.
We've actually passed
It's not
there
a
as well.
safe place, and I wouldn't recommend going alone. As I said, I told your father not to go.
Is there any way you can help me out?
Look, I don't want to be harsh, but I have problems of my own.
Yeah, of course you do.
I don't have the resources to support James's foolish endeavors, or your chasing after him. I'm sorry.
I'll try it.
I suppose I can spare a few stim packs.
Never ever
It's not
been
much,
this
but it
good
might
with
make things easier for
honestly with speechcraft challenges. Can you tell me more about my parents? I'd like to know a bit more about you. Tell me about this project you worked with my father. What is this lab? Where are you? What are you doing here? What kind of place is this Rivet City? What do you know about the city's history? That's what we're after.
I could tell you all about the science lab, but even though I was here near the start, I can't really help with the details of how it all worked out. It all seems like a lifetime ago. I'm afraid I've had a lot of things on my mind since those early days.
What kind of place is this Rivet City?
Rivet City is one of the few bastions of civilization left in the land. We're working to rebuild our society, to make the world livable again.
What is this lab? What are you doing here?
This is the Rivet City Science Lab. It's taken many long years to put together, but we've done well for ourselves. Our work on portable fusion power and hydroponics are coming along quite nicely, if not quite according to schedule.
I'd like to know a bit more about you.
What?
What?
Well, I'm not sure what there is to tell. Your father and I, we worked together for a long time. I think we were really on to something. But then there were complications. The project was abandoned and your father disappeared. I returned here to Rivet City and established the lab you see before you now.
Okay.
Good luck finding your father.
I have to go.
We knew what was at stake. The
What do you need?
Do you know anything about Rivet City? No.
Later.
Right. Just quickly, these two clowns here are looking for someone.
You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered. Are you by any chance for hire?
It depends. What exactly are we talking about here?
To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property.
Missing property? What kind of property?
How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All
that
you
mean?
know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off.
Sounds like slavery to me. You sure they don't wander off on purpose?
Nonsense! This is a machine we're talking about. Can you enslave a generator or a water purifier? Of course not. The same principle applies. But let's get back to your mission. You are to find this missing android. I've tracked him to somewhere here in the capital wasteland. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it.
I'll be compensated for my services, right?
Of course. I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth.
Ooh.
I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends.
Yeah, sure. I'll look into finding your android for you.
Excellent. Locate my android, and you won't be disappointed. Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that.
Do you know anything about the history behind Rivet City?
Looks to me like a giant boat ran aground and a bunch of savages moved in. History lesson over.
All right, fair enough.
Of course you do.
hear about the fight in the Muddy Rudder last night?
This guy is his bodyguard. We have already
I'm
met.
sure she'll just scrounge some from the lower deck.
I'm Janice Kaplinsky.
Does she know anything about the
If
history?
it hasn't got to do with the science quarters, I'm probably not the one to ask. And Dr. Lee's so busy, you really shouldn't disturb her work.
Okay, so you're not helping.
So long.
Is there not a computer or something around here? Yeah, so we've actually already met the android, and you wouldn't know it without knowing it. Now, I mean, you can go to certain areas like... is there a... No, there isn't a computer in here. Okay, let's leave this area. You can go around and you can talk to people, and eventually you'll find out what you need to be doing to locate the guy. But in actuality, you don't have to go too far. Wait, does this guy know anything?
Please excuse me. There is much work to be done. I help Dr. Lee when she needs equipment moved. I am no scientist. I just help with the heavy things.
Okay. Yeah. So you can talk to a doctor, you can talk to a couple of other people.
I'm on duty. Make it quick.
Let's see. No, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find someone. Stanley. Or Stally. Staley. Wow, he's really not got much in his room. Where did that person just go? Wait, there was a person here, no?
Have a seat anywhere. Someone will be with you in a minute.
No, you're okay. Marketplace. We could go back to the marketplace. Let's have a little look up here. Fairweather Hotel. I think you can talk someone off the top of the boat as well.
Never mind.
Right, the guy that I'm looking for is usually here. So the fact that he's moved on, where could he have gone? We'll check the marketplace quickly.
Hey there.
Hey.
Everything looks okay here.
Welcome to Gary's Galley. Can I take your order?
No, but do you know anything about the history of this place?
I heard the place was settled by mercenaries who used to scavenge DC, but I don't really know.
I know there's someone who points us to the bottom of the boat, and that's why I've come here.
I do the repairs. This place could use a few more people willing. I'm busy. I've got a lot of repairs to make.
Poo.
That smells good.
Well, let's just walk around, because I still am looking for the guy that I need to speak with. He may be at the top of the ship, to be fair. Let's have a look at our questicles here. Okay, so we've got to go to the Purity Control Room. Fine. Wasteland Survival Guide. It's telling us to come here. It's also suggesting that somebody probably in here knows something. What about you?
Hey there.
Hi. I'm researching Rivet City history. Can you tell me about it?
Oh, I don't know about that. For all I know, it's had survivors on it since the war. I'm just thankful it's here. Maybe if you ask Bannon.
Bannon.
He's been simply wonderful on the council, so I'm sure he'd be glad to help with your question. Good.
Okay, so who is Bannon? Apparently he's over here somewhere.
Watch it, will you?
Well, welcome to Potomac Attire. I am Bannon, proprietor and city council member. I carry discriminating attire for discriminating customers.
Your voice doesn't suit your character. So you're a person of refinement.
Between you and me, keeping out the riffraff is good for business.
So you're on the city council?
Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every Monday morning. I can be very influential, if you know what I mean. Far more than Seagrave Holmes.
Whoever the Seagrave Holmes is, you think he's a threat to your influence?
A threat? No, of course not. Well, maybe. He wants to replace me on the council. He's a shady character. I just can't prove it. Now, if someone were to find something incriminating in his room, well, let's...
Yeah, okay. Could I ask you about the Rivet City's history?
Why, I practically set this whole place up. When I got here 12 years ago, it was just a handful of dead-enders squatting in a rusted-out rowboat. Now I'm on the council, and with my leadership, we're the strongest settlement in the wastes. Of course, a few of those dead-enders still stick around, but who'd want to leave?
Hasn't Rivet City been around for longer than 12 years?
Well, yes, but it was hardly any place of importance until I arrived on the scene. That's all ancient history now. No one would ever care about it. If you insist on wasting your time on that, you could try that bartending old crone down below, Belle Bonnie.
Belle Bonnie.
Come back.
Okay.
Evening.
Bartender below, Belle Bonnie.
Hey.
And I'm also wanting to look for... Now let me just see. Check other sources. Does that show on the map? Yeah. I think we should be able to now head to the bow of the ship. Although that it's actually telling me to head on inside of broken bow. It's actually asking me to head over. Wait, which doorway? Stairwell, I think that is. Which is this one. And then he said head below. Muddy rudder. Makes sense.
Yeah. I'll say when I've had enough.
Trini?
You are my mother, Belle, so fuck off.
Excuse me.
Good to...
Belle
I'm Belle
Bonnie.
Bonnie, and this is the Muddy Rudder. I'll tell you what I tell all the fresh meat. Don't start anything down here, or I'll have Brock kick your ass.
Nice place you have here.
You must be drunk. Are you gonna order or what?
No, I just want to know about the place history.
History? What, not enough shit around here already? You need to dig up more? Don't know if it ever had an official start. It's just been here forever. Stuck in the river and full of assholes.
Really? Because Bannon said he organised the entire place himself.
Huh. Why, that lying son of a bitch. He wasn't even born when I got here. Want to know this tub's history? Only person who really knows it is Pinkerton.
Pinkerton.
Most think he's dead or gone. He's holed up in the other half of the ship, and he don't like visitors. He'll set you straight.
There we are.
I'll be right here.
So that's at the point we needed to go and find him. Now, I'm looking for... I want to get a few things done today, so just check how we're getting on. Right, where is this guy going to be? It could be up the top, possibly. Bridge tower. Let's try bridge tower.
Hello.
Captain Denver's, no. Flight deck. Marketplace. Let's have a look up here, but
Yes?
no, that's just standard Rivet. Security. City security. Paw Patrol, did she just say? Okay, lots of people that like sleeping. Flight deck. We'll have a look. Oh. That really didn't take me anywhere. Maybe we'll trek up. Ah, Mr. Gutsy. Right. The person I'm looking for is the guy that met us on the bridge when we first arrived at Rivet City. He likes walking quite a lot around this area. I don't want to pick that door. Let's try heading up one more flight. Oh gosh, where is this guy? There's a security guard. I really don't want to jump down from there. So okay, let's head back down. And again. He may have already gone to sleep in his own quarters. I think he does actually have some. Let's have a look out here. Still a bit too high up, but it's a good place to get some ammo. That's certainly a thing. Okay, back down. We'll try the mid deck, or do we have a look in the? Or do we have a look in the hotel?
Nice to see you.
Random person walking past. Right, that's Bridge Tower.
Welcome to Rivet City Supply. I've got a look.
Have a quick look in here. Ban's door.
Tamper with that,
Young's
we're gonna
door.
have a problem.
Who just said that? Who just said that? Because no one saw me. I'm looking for someone very, very specific. Zimmer's hotel room. This is hard work, this is. Preston's.
This is a medical clinic. Please don't disturb any of my patients. You're in the Rivet City Clinic.
Let's just talk about this guy quickly. What do you know about this android from the Commonwealth?
That old story? Well, now, I haven't heard talk of that in quite some time. It was all just a rumor, a hoax, someone's idea of a practical joke. Story was there was an android, escaped from the Commonwealth up north, from someplace called the Institute. There was a holotape that got circulated. I think I've got a copy of it. Yeah, here it is. Give it a listen. That's a man's voice. Hoax for sure.
Okay.
Take.
So let's listen to these things quickly. We got this one.
Zimmer, by the time you get this message, I'll already be gone. I'm escaping the Commonwealth. I want to live my own life on my own terms, as my own man. I know what you're thinking, that I'm malfunctioning. I used to think that's what caused the runaways too. But I know better now. Self-determination is not a malfunction. If you're listening to this recording, it is because you're believed to be trustworthy. I hope that is the case, because this recording puts us both in danger. I'm escaping from the Commonwealth. I'm an android, a synthetic man, a slave. The men hunting me are ruthless and will stop at nothing to retrieve their property. I need to find a doctor in the wasteland to perform facial reconstruction. I also need someone who knows a great deal about computers. I need to have my memories erased and my face altered to look like someone else.
Okay. We are going to head down to the bow. And in order to do that, of course, I need to
It
be
was so noisy last night. I could hardly sleep.
heading out and back into the marketplace. There we go. Garden gnome there. Right, we're going to take a quick jump off of here. And I don't know whether it might be worthwhile taking some... Right away, there we go. So yeah, we're going to head back into the bow where we started today's episode. We're going to talk to the chappie at the end, because he's got some stuff to say. And we'll wrap it up there for today. We're actually making some progress in a number of quests here. We found our dad's location. We're going to get the history of Rivet City, and we are also going to complete that android quest. Just because I don't want anything coming up behind us. Right, dude.
Stay sharp. They're everywhere.
Of course they are. What kind of work do you do here?
The secret kind. Well, if you must know, I'm an electrician and computer expert. And I'm a bit of a surgeon. Really, the most gifted scientist you'll find. I'm the guy that got Rivet City up and running in the first place. And
History,
after all that, Lee and her
a
gang of
computer
flunkies
expert,
pushed me out.
and a surgeon.
Project Purity, indeed. But a bunch of morons. They can't even clean some water.
Okay, so tell me about this city's history.
What?
I heard you're the only one who knows the truth about Rivet City's foundings.
Ha! Sounds like you've been poking around, all right. I'm surprised any of those reprobates even remember me. Maybe they still laugh about how they edged me out of the council back then. But you can set the record straight.
Setting the record straight is exactly my goal.
For that, you have to go all the way back to when remnants of the Naval Research Institute cleared the Mirelurks off this wreck, about 40 years ago. We were looking for new lab space, and this bucket of bolts just happened to have a well-preserved science bay on it. Everything else just grew up around that lab once we got it up and running. The science team was led by one H. Pinkerton.
So you used to be in charge. How did you end up here?
That lasted until about 18 years ago, when those ambitious backbiters like Lee and her little team showed up. She came in with her big Purity Project pipe dream, and my whole staff started working with her, those traitors. She even took my seat on the council. By then, I was glad to leave it behind. But hell, if I'm leaving the city I made great.
Okay. Do you have any hard evidence of all this?
Of course I do. A good scientist always keeps track of their data. Here, they probably don't even remember, but I kept the records of that first council meeting. Take them, if it'll put them in their place.
Okay.
Don't let your guard down.
Now, is he going to let me have a look at...
Locked. And yes, I can see you eyeing it.
Yeah, well, I want to have a look at it. That's lost me karma. I need his...
Stay sharp. There.
Alright, what about... Let me see if I can get some information off his computer. What do you know about this Project Purity?
Who cares? It's some hydroponics pipe dream that Lee has been working on forever. Waste of time and effort, I say. Apparently, though, my teams cared more about it than they did about little things like defense systems or making this ship float again. Treacherous bastards, all of them. What are you suggesting, you little... Here. Don't...
Right, the thing is that he's told us he's a computer whiz and a... He's not only a computer whiz, he's also a surgeon. Now somewhere in here is a key to that computer. It's not on his person, but I know it's around here somewhere because he's also got... He has also got somewhere in here. I swear down. I'm just confused because I know somewhere in here there is his key card to access.
I'm watching you.
Yeah, great. I'm watching you too, Pumpkin. I mean, look. There's stuff on here. It requires a key. I cannot remember where this key is. Oh. It does have a journal though. If only I knew where the password was for that computer, because if I could access it. I don't want to steal any of this stuff. I want to read. I'll have to try and get through my memory banks again to remind myself of how to access this computer, because otherwise we're not actually going to get very far at all, which is hellishly annoying. There is a way into that computer, guys. I just know it. In any case, we're going to wrap up here for today. I really hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please do all those lovely social media things. Please like, comment, share, subscribe if you are new to the channel. And I will see you next time for more on our Fallout 3 playthrough. But until then, take care. Thanks for watching. And bye-bye for now.